Hello everyone, my name is Emma Borders, and today I'm going to talk all about the left hand technique on the mandolin. We're going to talk about the positioning of the left hand, what frets your fingers are supposed to cover, and more. But before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is the angle of your mandolin. Okay, so we don't want it to be completely parallel to the floor and just flat and horizontal. Not what we want. We actually want the neck to be a little bit higher than the body, so it's slightly angled up. And then we actually want it to slightly be angled this way so that the tip is more out and then the body is more back like this. So not this, but slightly this way. And that just ensures that our left arm and left shoulder can comfortably come up to the mandolin, because if we have it here, you kind of notice that my shoulder and arm is being forced back, and that's just not super comfortable. So slightly angled this way, so that when your arm comes up, it can comfortably rest right here. So once you've established a good positioning of your mandolin, it feels comfortable, you got kind of the angle worked out, your left hand comes up and it rests right over here where the nut is. That is where your left hand is going to sit. The two joints that touch the neck are going to be right here, your thumb joint, and then right here, this little area right here. Those two joints are going to touch the neck of the mandolin. And just keep in mind, I'm mainly referring to playing melody. Bar chords, when you're playing bar chords, your hand position is going to change a little bit. So I'm mainly talking about playing melody right here. This little part of your hand stays right here and it does not move. And we're reaching the fingers. So we're not coming from this direction to play. We're actually, think of it as we're coming this way and we're reaching the fingers, and our hand doesn't move. Our hand stays in place and those two joints stay in place right there. So the thumb rests right here on the back, and there should be no squeezing whatsoever. You should be able to easily move your hand up and down the neck with these two places touching. And there should be a little bit of a hole between the neck and in your hand. So we're not all the way up like this, but we're actually back right here. And that little hole should always be there as you play. So the way that the fingering works on the mandolin is that our first finger covers the first two frets on all strings, second finger covers the next two frets on all strings, third finger covers the next two frets on all strings, and then our fourth finger, if you so choose to use it, will cover the seventh fret. And our fourth finger is actually the same as the next open string. So if I play 4 on the G string, I'm playing a D note, which is the same as my next open string, which is D. So if you're reading tab and you see first or second fret, you know that that's going to be your first finger. And if you see the third or fourth frets, that means that you're going to play that with your second finger. If you see the fifth and sixth frets, that's going to be your third finger. And if you see the seventh fret, that is going to be your pinky. I would recommend just simply starting out with playing each individual finger on each string and just kind of seeing what that feels like. And again, my thumb is staying in place, this little joint is staying in place. The only thing that is moving really is my fingers. That's really the only thing that is moving, and I'm reaching them to get them to the place that I want without moving my thumb or the other parts of my hand. because this instrument does have 2 strings, we do have to press quite hard to get a good tone without any buzzing. And if you're just starting out, your fingers are probably gonna hurt. But the more you do it, you'll start to build up calluses and it will get much, much easier. One thing to be mindful of when you're practicing scales or just notes up the strings is that when you have a certain finger down, so say I have my 3rd finger down, I need to make sure that all of my other fingers are relaxed, because sometimes what happens is people will be focusing so hard on putting that 3rd finger down that their other fingers kind of get tense and want to flail out like this. And that doesn't look very good, so we want to make sure that our whole hand is relaxed no matter what finger we are playing, that all the others still fall in line and are hovering right over the strings. We also don't want to have our fingers so far out that when we go to play, we're having to move them quite a bit. We want to keep them hovering over the strings. That way, when we need to put that finger down, it's right there and it's easily accessible to us. Really, the left hand is not that complicated. The biggest things to remember are that your thumb and this joint always stay touching the neck of the mandolin, that you're not squeezing, that you don't have any tension, and that the rest of your fingers always stay relaxed and hovering over the strings. And if you keep all of those things in place, then you should be on your way to playing fast and fun melodies. I hope you found this video helpful. Feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, feel free to check out my other video where I go into detail about the right hand technique. I'll leave it in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.